In this video, I will go over exactly how to start selling on Amazon through a business model called online arbitrage. This video will specifically help beginners start their Amazon FBA journey and make their first sale. But before we begin, here's a little information about me. I graduated college 2 years ago, and when I was in college, I used to go to thrift stores to buy vintage clothing to sell online. Randomly, I discovered Amazon FBA while scrolling through Instagram and jumped right in. Luckily, I never went through the normal route of selling used books. I just did online arbitrage. My first product was a cooler bag I bought on Walmart, and I probably made $1 profit. This sale gave me the confidence I needed to know that buying name brand products from online retailers and selling them back on Amazon was possible. My first month, I did $1,000 in revenue. Second month, $7,000, and then things started to click, and in my third month, I did $60,000. In total, that first year, I did well over $400,000 in revenue. Fast forward to today, I have sold over $3 million on Amazon, and in December alone, I sold over $600,000, which equated to about $100,000 in profit. As you see on the left, this was my first month, $100 in revenue, and then this was in my December, which was over $600,000. And the true beauty of the business is when you start outsourcing. Currently, I'm using prep centers to prep my products so I don't actually see any of it, as well as utilize a team of virtual assistants to help me source and perform various admin tasks. Now I run my 7-figure Amazon business from the comfort of my own home, working only a few hours a day. And this hasn't just worked for me. Here are some of the people I've helped along with their Amazon journey. We got Josh here. He sold 7 figures in his first year. And on the right, we have Tyler. He sold over $50K in his first 2.5 months. Here's exactly what this free course will outline. We're going to be going over what even is Amazon online arbitrage. What are the other Amazon business models? Common terminology, everything you need to get set up, ungating, frequently asked questions, product analysis, how to source product. Finally, we're going to go over outsourcing the business and some tips to scale. Jumping right in, what even is Amazon online arbitrage? Well, online arbitrage is just buying name brand products from online retailers and selling them back on Amazon to end consumers for a profit. This business model works because we leverage the #1 e-commerce marketplace in the entire world, Amazon.com. Just a fun fact, close to 60% of the products sold on Amazon are sold by third-party sellers like you and I. Moving forward, here are the other Amazon business models. We have private label. This is your own product. You're typically sourcing this from China. You make your own listings, you do your own marketing, and because of that, it requires a lot of time and capital. Next is wholesale. It's kind of similar to online arbitrage where you're buying and selling name brand products, but you're buying these products from brands or distributors, and you need to open these accounts. Typically, the purchase orders are large, so it requires a lot of capital. Next is retail arbitrage. It's basically the same thing as online arbitrage, but you're buying it from retail locations physically, so you're going to spend a lot of time driving around, which makes this business model less scalable, but I do recommend it as well. Next, we have drop shipping. It's not allowed on Amazon, and it's not a real business model, so don't do it. Here are some of the common terminology you're going to come across in your Amazon business. We got FBA. This is how your products are sold. You send products into the Amazon warehouse, and when your product sells, Amazon handles all the fulfillment. And this is how you see prime shipping. On the other hand, we have FBM. This is fulfilled by a merchant. When you get orders, you're the one handling all the fulfillment. So basically, you're doing this out of your own house or your own warehouse. We got the buy box. It's also known as the buy now option, also known as the BB. This is where most of the sales occur. Next, we got Seller Central. This is exactly where you manage everything with your Amazon account. OA stands for online arbitrage, the business model we're learning today. RA is retail arbitrage, WS is wholesale, PL is private label. Up next are the softwares used in this business. We got Keepa. This is the main product research software. We use this to analyze data over a period of time to make smart decisions about our products. Now we have SellerAmp. This is a profit calculator as well as a great software to make your product sourcing very efficient. BSR stands for best sellers rank. Each product on Amazon has its own individual sellers rank, and the lower the number, the faster it sells. ASIN just stands for Amazon Standard Identification Number. Each product has one. BOLO stands for be on the lookout. This means a hot and trendy item. Prep Center are third-party warehouses that process inventory. VAs are virtual assistants that you hire to help you manage your Amazon business. Now that you know most of the common terminologies, let's go over how to get your account set up. So you're going to need an Amazon professional account. This is going to be $40 a month. This gives you access to Seller Central on the app and website and lets you manage everything with your Amazon account. As far as the main software needed, you're going to need Keepa. As previously stated, this is a product analysis software. This is $20 a month. And SellerAmp. This is a profit calculator and makes sourcing very efficient. These two softwares and the Amazon professional account are basically what you need to get started selling on Amazon. The links for Keepa and SellerAmp and the Amazon professional account can be found in the description below. Here are some extensions you're going to need. They're used for cashback and coupons to maximize your profitability. I use Rakuten, Top Cashback, and Cooper. These are personally my favorite. There's a ton of them out there, but I find myself using these ones. Use RevROI to see which company has the best cashback. Now let's go over ungating. A lot of name brands on Amazon are gated and you're going to need to apply to sell them. It's pretty easy. All you're going to have to do is buy 10 units of one product of that brand and you save the invoice and use it to apply. It might not work at first, but after maybe 5 or 10 submissions, you should be good to go. And before we get into the meat and potatoes of product analysis and how to source, let's go over frequently asked questions. Do I need an LLC/seller's permit? You do not need an LLC to start your Amazon business. If you want to do wholesale, then you're going to need a seller's permit. But if you're just doing online arbitrage, you're buying from online retailers, so you do not need an LLC. How much capital do I need? I would say maybe between 500 to 2K is a good start. The more, the merrier. Obviously, it is an inventory business, so the more inventory you can buy, the more you can sell. Do I have to make my own listings? The answer is no. The beauty of this is that you're selling name brand products that people are already searching for. These listings already exist and you're just adding yourself on as an additional seller. How much does marketing cost? Well, like previously stated, you're selling name brand products that people are already searching for, so you don't actually have to do any marketing. What are the typical profit margins? Well, in OA, the volume is a little bit higher, so the profit margins tend to be a little bit lower. Typically, you can see a profit margin of 10 to 15%. Can I do this part-time? Yes, but Amazon is a time-intensive process, but if you can manage the work and do what you need to do, I know plenty of people that do 7 figures and have a 9-to-5 job. What about returns? Well, luckily Amazon's logistics are really good and returns are handled by Amazon. They make the return process for customers very seamless and you actually don't have to do anything. They will do it all. Okay, we finally made it, the meat and potatoes of this course. Product analysis is the foundation of making money in your business, and we're going to be going over what a good product looks like, what a bad product looks like, as well as go over a full Keepa breakdown to read all the different types of data. Okay, so we're going to be moving on to product analysis and how to use Keepa, the main software that is mandatory for your Amazon business. So just some basics of the Amazon listing itself. This is the price right here, and this box right here is called the buy box, the buy it now option. So as you can see, the ship is from Amazon, so this is FBA, but it's sold by Shaw Ecom Enterprise. So that means it's sold by a third-party seller that shipped it to the Amazon's warehouse, right? So this is not sold by Amazon.com. This is sold by Shaw Ecom Enterprise, and this price here represents his offer. And throughout the day, the buy box will rotate to another seller, right? So maybe in an hour, this seller would be somebody else, or it will say ships from Shaw Ecom Enterprise sold by Shaw Ecom Enterprise, and that's how you know it's sold by FBM seller. And then and you click on this box right here, it pulls up all the other sellers as well. So we have Jorzak, TSMZ, Live Medium. So these guys are all third-party sellers, and if their price is good and the fulfillment speed is good, that means that eventually the buy box will rotate to them. Okay, but once you download Keepa and buy the subscription, these three charts will populate. And at first, yeah, it looks like it's hard to read and it looks confusing, but over time, when you master Keepa, then I look at this chart and I know exactly what it's doing and what it means. So, but I'll break it down for you. So, so this bottom graph here, this means the offer count. So that means how many sellers over a period of time. So right now my settings is at 3 months. So in 3 months, this is how the sellers look. So on April 4th, I had 10 sellers or 11 sellers, and now April 16th. It had 3 because people were selling out, and then people are restocking. over a 3 month period. Okay, and then you can do a year, you can do a day, a week, whatever you want. I usually do 3 months, a year, and sometimes all the time just to see how it's doing. Because a lot of stuff is seasonal, so maybe this product would be good in the summer and not as good in the winter, right? So it's good to look at the year and then maybe all time to see if there's any problems with the listing. Okay, and then so that's the offer count, and then it also has the review count right here on this green line. This green line here, this one's kind of glitched, but usually it will say it will go up like periodically because how reviews work. The line will go up, but this one looks like it was kind of glitched where the review went down from 8,000 to 6,000. That kind of means that this entire listing, some of the reviews, so maybe some of the variations got removed. That's why the reviews got removed, right? Anyways, so moving on to this top part, this is probably the main part as well. This pink line is called the buy box. So that's the price over time. So right now it is at 3 months, or it was at a year, but now let's do 3 months. So you see how the price changes over the 3 month time. So this Amazon listing changed a lot, and if you hover over it, you'll see the various sellers on this listing. So we have Golden Rings Trade, and then he has the buy box, and this guy named S Fines has the buy box, and then this guy, the price went up because of the offer count going down. So this guy had it at $38 from $27. This plush tactical guy had 38. And you see a pretty good price action up and down. There's FBM as well that got FBM buy box. But you see it rotates throughout the day on a period of time based off usually price and fulfillment. Okay, and then for the settings you need, sales rank. So let's go over the sales rank. Sales rank is basically each item has its own individual rank. The lower the number, the faster it sells. So this product hovers over 60,000, as low as 14,000. It's as a sandal. So in the summer it gets hotter. People wear more sandals. So that makes more sense. That makes sense why the sales rank goes down. Like I said, the lower it is, the faster it sells. The fastest selling product in its category will be number one. So anywhere between 1 to, I think, 50,000, maybe 100,000 is a decent product that sells a decent amount a month. And this middle graph, I don't look at too much, but it has the the sales rank as well, but it also has its subcategory, which is men's shop, men's sandal, and then it has a sales rank there too. Right, so it's 119 in men's athletic outdoor, but I don't look at that too much. I mainly look at the price over time, the sales rank over time to see if it's like a seasonal product. Because you can see in the winter here, the sales rank goes up because it's colder and people wear shoes. But in the summer, the sales rank goes down and has a lot more price action here. You can tell by the changing amount of buy box in a short period of time. And then I look at the offer count. So I want to see a stable offer count or a decreasing offer count, because I don't want to know that if it's stable or it's people really want this product and selling out. What I don't want to see is offer count going up, because that means that the price probably will come down. That's just supply and demand. I don't look at track product, but in the data tab, there's some product details. It has the ASIN, some of the sizes and stuff. I do look at this sometimes. And then there's also some of the fees here, and then the averages. So I do use SellerAmp on the right side here for all the sourcing stuff. But if you didn't want to use that, then there's also the averages here that will be displayed that you can look at. So the sales rank average, you can kind of see the sales rank over a period of time and the averages of that. The buy box, so that's important. You want to it just helps you determine if a price is going to be stable or not in terms of the price. But yeah, the price, you want the price to be stable, and you can see if it's average, after 90 days it's $31, and 180 days $31, and you can kind of determine that the price will probably be stable around $31. It helps you make calculations in terms of your sourcing. But all this data I really pull from SellerAmp, because SellerAmp pulls this data from Keepa, but they just make it easier to see. Okay, and then moving on, I look at offers as well. So offers shows you the sellers on the listing and kind of give you an estimate of how they sold based off the Keepa. It's a good estimate, but I would say this is not super accurate. Sometimes it shows accurate stock count dropping, but also sometimes people hide their stock and you don't really know how many they're selling. But an important feature that I like is to see this part right here on the right side. So they first hop on. So you can see that this seller first hopped on 30 days ago, 17 days ago, 12 days ago, 50 days ago, and these are the ones that still have stock. So I mean, if they're selling it for 50 days, 30 days, sometimes they have sell it for a year. That means they're selling it profitably. Otherwise, why else would they be on the listing? There's also, if you click on this button, it has historical offers. So some of the guys that are sold out, they were on 6 months ago, and now they sold and they were seen on the listing 2 days ago. So this data kind of shows you, gives you an inference of why a seller was, how long a seller was on and if they're still on or not. And if they're on for 6 months. So this seller was on 9 months ago and he sold out 11 days ago around. So he was on there for about 9 months. So that means that he was probably selling it properly for 9 months and then finally sold out, or just gives you a better understanding of the data. And then another really important one is the buy box stats. So this kind of shows you, this buy box here, how often it rotates and how many sellers get it. So this product here, it rotates pretty often because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, around 10 sellers. It rotates pretty evenly. This is so it gives you, so when you hop on this listing, then you know that you probably have a good chance of getting buy box yourself, because sometimes it will say a seller will have 80 to 90%, and that means you personally will get less buy box share. There's also variations here because this product has multiple colors and sizes. The main thing I use this for is to determine the best selling variations in that category, or in that on this listing. So if I click on ratings twice, it pulls up the top selling colors in this on this Amazon listing, right? And it's based off the reviews right here. So this product has 1,000 reviews of the 6,000, which means that, if it has most of the reviews, it's probably having most of the sales. That's the correlation. The higher the variation, you can kind of assume that the faster it's selling. And yeah, I think that is actually the basics of Keepa, but we'll go over some more charts, and after that, we'll do some product sourcing. Now that we have a basic understanding of what a Keepa graph actually looks like, let's kind of go over what a good product should look like in terms of the graphs we see. So scrolling down on this Nike backpack listing, um, first look at the buy box. It's super stable. The price action is going up and down. That means this buy box here is rotating and it has a buy box, um, which is a really really good sign, right? And as you can see by the offers here, yeah, it went up a bit. Probably went on sale somewhere around here, but people are actually buying this product, which shows the demand here from 40 sellers to 22. Probably went on sale again, and now it's decreasing again, and the price is actually going a little bit higher than usual, from 32 to 40, right? So if you can buy this profitably, it would be a good product because you can see that the price is very very stable, which means that you can determine the price over time, and you can see that it actually has demand because the offers or sellers is going down, right, in the year. So over 3 months, it shows a way more stability, and actually the price is still increasing, which is a good sign because it matches the offer count going down. And looking at the other stuff, the buyback statistics here, I'd probably assume that it's rotating really really consistently, and it is. As you can see, the highest person only has 28%. These are all third party sellers, by the way. So these are all people like me and you, but it is rotating really really consistently and evenly distributed between multiple sellers. And the check mark here means that the FBA. So some people are getting FBA buy box, but most people are getting FBA buy box, which is really good for us if we wanted to sell at FBA. If you look on offers here, the total sold in the last 30 days is 104. Not super accurate, but it's a good estimate of maybe the volume. And as you can see here, if we click on historical offers, we see that some people were selling this 5 months ago and they got off 4 days ago, 5 months ago. So people were selling this for a long time and they were probably only selling it because it is profitable. So now that we know what a good product looks like, some products on Amazon are actually bad and you shouldn't sell them. For example, look at this peak buy boost here. If we look at the chart, we see that this offer count is completely skyrocketing. Consequently, the price is dropping. And eventually the price will either be, the profit will be break even, or even worse, you'll be selling at a loss. And if we look at the all-time chart here as well, we see that on May 11th, a couple years ago, it had a complete IP drop from 56 sellers to one here. So that means that there was an IP alert, and that's even worse than price tanking, because you don't want to sell products that can affect your account health. It's not worth it. This brand owner definitely filed the IP and removed all these 50 sellers, and you get a hit on your account. And the profit you probably will make from selling this is definitely not worth the trouble you're going to get. So this other product, Amazon, is bad, but for a completely different reason. It looks like it's doing pretty good. 800 sales a month, 30,000 reviews. And if you buy this properly, you think you can probably make a lot of money because it sells fast, right? But if you look at the offers, there is a lot of competition as well, 17 sellers, but it hasn't been really changing that much, like going up and down. It's been pretty stable. And that's probably because Amazon here on the buy box isn't sharing the buy box at all. So they're completely dominating it for the last 3 months. So no other sellers can sell that many units. Maybe if they undercut Amazon, they can sell off this buy box here, because this is where most of the sales come from, right? But sometimes people will click here and look at the lowest price. But typically people are lazy, so they'll just buy straight from here. So if you try to sell this, you would have a hard time because Amazon isn't sharing this buy box here. And if you can see in the buy box statistics, yeah, Amazon has 100% of the buy box in the last 30 days, I believe. Yep. So this is a product you want to avoid, just because even if it looks good and it's profitable, it's just impossible to get a lot of sales just because Amazon will dominate this buy box right here. Another thing to look out for is when products don't have a buy box. As you can see in the standing listing, there's no featured offer, and that's because Amazon doesn't like the price right now, or if the fulfillment speed is not good and it doesn't meet the expectations that Amazon wants. And the only way people can buy this is if they click see all buying options and look at all the sellers and probably click the lowest one. And this has a lot of friction, so the sales is greatly reduced than it usually does if it has a buy box, because it's not as easy as clicking buy it now, right? So as you can see in the chart, it used to have a buy box when Amazon was selling it, but when Amazon sold out and third-party sellers started selling it at $90, Amazon didn't like the price, so they decided to remove the buy box, which slows down the sales. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't sell products like this. It just means that you need to be more aware that the product will sell a bit slower and the price has a chance to come down more often, just because when people do here, they want to click the lowest offer, so it's usually a price battle. All right, so now that we understand product analysis and looking at the different types of Keepa charts, we're going to go over the second software that we need for our Amazon business, which is SellerAmp. SellerAmp is a profit calculator and just makes overall sourcing very, very efficient. Here are some of the settings I use. The PSR is the sales rank, so I do 0%, maximum 2%. So that's top 2% at the maximum. The minimum profit, $3 per unit. Minimum ROI, anywhere between 25%, which I use, and 30% is standard. Prep fee, if you have any, and then inbound shipping. It used to be like 30 cents a pound, but now the Amazon fees are a little bit higher. It's around 50 to 70 cents. So I put 70 cents to be a little bit more conservative. And then these settings here are pretty default. I would leave them on. Just leave all these on. And then everything on this side. I'm not sure if your buy box analysis is a new feature, so I would keep that on as well. But I think all of these are pretty default. So just, I mean, if you need to pause it, then just take a screenshot. Okay, so now that you change your settings, now we can actually get over to the Amazon page where we can use SellerAmp extension. All right, cool. So now that you change your settings and download the extension, open it up, and it'll pull up a page like this. You can have it on the right side like I do, or on the left side, or I think in the middle, or whatever. I like on the right side. I think most people do so, but it's up to you. But some of the details here, top, the product title, and it shows you like the size and stuff. ASIN, that's important for adding it to your catalog and just identifying the specific size and color of that specific shoe. And then UPC, not too important. I don't really look at that. Dimensions for FBM. Amazon, this Amazon thing opens up the Amazon page. And then this Google button is really, really good for sourcing because it helps you save a lot of time by just automatically searching it up instead of manually typing it or copy and pasting it. And this eligibility is if you're ungated or not. I am ungated, so it says yes. It is connected with your Amazon account, so it will let you know if you're ungated or not. Some of the alerts are this listing variation. Sometimes they'll say IP or sometimes they'll say private label if there's not a lot of sellers over time. BSR is the rank. So this rank is 4K, so that's pretty good. It's selling a lot, selling really fast. Like I said, number one is the best. And then anything between 1 and 100,000 is good for product sourcing. Estimated sales, 3,700. And then this estimated sales is distributed between the 704 variations. The max cost is what you can buy for to break even at the sale price. So you can plug in let's say you can buy this for $90. Oops, let's just put $60. Probably unlikely, but let's say you do. You can make a $19.86 profit, 80% profit margin, and 33% ROI, which is around where the bottom, because you want at least a 30% ROI, right? If you plug in this max cost here, you'll be break even. But anyways, and then the offers, that's how many sellers are on it currently. It's 40 offers. That's quite a bit, but it is moving pretty fast, so it makes sense. Right here is the BSR, some of the other product details. So it shows you the top BSR, the buy box currently, if Amazon's on it, the lowest FBA seller, lowest FBM seller. So these are some of the products details you should look at when you're analyzing a product, especially these averages right here. So it kind of gives you the average of the buy box rotation over a period of time. So 30 days, it was 107. On average, on 90 days, 111. And on 180 days, it's 119. So this product is pretty stable in terms of its pricing. And you know that when you're sourcing that the price will probably never drop below like 107 or 100, 105, around there. Okay, and then some of the alerts, like or above, like the eligibility, if it's hazmat, if it's a dangerous good, if Amazon is on there and sharing the buy box, but it says never. If it's private label, but Nike is not obviously a private label brand. Some of the other just random alerts. I don't look at this too much because all this information is usually up here. But it has another Keepa graph that I don't even look at, because why would you look at here? You just look at the Keepa right on the left right here. And there's another profit calculator here. But it's the same thing as above, so I don't really look at it too much. The main thing of this section is looking at the fees here. You can open it up, and this is the referral fee. That's the fee of just Amazon charging you to sell your product. The FBA fee, that's the fee that Amazon charges you to pack and ship your item. There's some other fees here. Prep fee, if you have one. Inbound shipping, that's the fee that you pay to ship it to Amazon's fulfillment center. And a feature I use is if I want to sell this, let's say I want to sell this FBM, I can click this button and plug in my FBM cost. So for this shoe, it'd be about $10 to ship. So the FBM fee is here. That replaces the FBA fee, but the referral fee will be the same because Amazon charges you this fee to sell this product, whether you FBA or FBM it. But the FBM fee replaces the FBA fee. But you don't have to pay any storage fees because you're not storing it. Prep fee because you're not sending it to a prep center. No inbound shipping because you're not shipping it to that fulfillment center. and it shows it right here as well. Okay, and then I don't get the variations. This Google Sheet is really cool because if, let's say, you want to save a product or save a lead, you can export it to different sheets. I have my VAs use it, so my VAs send it to their own sheet so I can review it. But it's really cool if you want to save product without manually doing it. And it saves a lot of like the details, like what you bought it for, the price, stuff like that. This is really important as well. This is the offers. It shows you how many sellers right now at 48, and you can actually click on these buttons and pull up the actual storefronts of the sellers selling this product. So these are FBA sellers, and these are FBM or FBA, sorry. So that this guy's selling, some of the Nike stuff here, and this guy's selling Crocs and Nike and stuff. These are actual storefronts of the actual people selling this Nike listing right here. And you can kind of see the lowest price here isn't actually the buy box price, which is very interesting, right? Really look at this stuff at all, but that's basically all the stuff I look at. Okay, so now that we understand the basics of Keepa and SellerAmp, we're going to combine them two to actually start sourcing and make money. The two main ways you can source is manual sourcing or reverse sourcing, and that's also known as storefront stocking. So we're on this Nike listing here. We go on SellerAmp and just look at all the sellers that are selling it. Typically, if I'm doing FBA, then I usually just want to storefront FBA sellers, and anywhere between 1 and 200 reviews is ideal. I just think anyone above that is more advanced and they have different strategies. So we're going to pull up KK Supplies here. Let's see, 24/7 Satisfaction. These are all just third-party sellers that are selling this Nike shoe, and maybe they'll have something profitable in their storefront, because if they're selling this shoe profitably, they probably have other stuff, right? So KK Supplies, oh, he's selling these Crocs right here. $40. If you can get it for maybe 20, might be good. So you just click that Google button here and see what can come up. $30, that's kind of close. Oh, right here might be okay. So $20 for these Crocs right here. Yeah, that might be good actually. And then you oops, wrong store. Then if it looks okay, then I can start pulling up the Amazon listing to kind of see how the charts look like and see if I can make money, right? So, and compare if it's the same thing. So yeah, it looks like it is the same thing. I'll scroll down and see the Keepa chart. And it looks like Amazon's on this listing, but the price action is really, really good. People are coming in and selling out all the time. Super, super good price action. Let's see when my SellerAmp loads what. Okay. So my SellerAmp load, $20 FBA, plug in that. And you actually make a 30% ROI, $6 profit, 15% profit margin, which is really good. And this BSR is number one. This is the best selling product. And I didn't even mean to find this. 75,000 times a month. That's pretty insane. Size 13 woman, size 11 men. Let's find it. I think this is in men 11. Yeah, they have it. 20. And then what you can do is check the variation, see if this actual size is selling decently. But something like this, where it's ranked number one, most of the sizes are going to be selling. But you're going to click on a rating twice and see the best selling. So yeah, size 10 men, size 6 men, 11 men. Oh, that was the one we were looking at, I think, or 10. But yeah, this would be a good product because you buy this for $20, sell it for $40. The price is really, really stable. Offer is really, really stable up and down. Amazon shares the buy box. Let's see. I mean, I can tell by the Keepa chart, but you can just see yourself. Yeah, Amazon is only 4% of the buy box. So this guy has a good amount, but it is being distributed. And just because this product is selling really, really fast, even if you catch less than 1%, 1%, it's still really good and you'll sell a lot just because this sells so much. So storefront stocking is actually also good for just seeing the brands that people carry. Like this KK Supplies, he's selling Nike, he's selling Converse, On, Crocs as well, New Balance, Hoka, Jordan, Adidas. So you know that you have a good assumption that these brands are all reseller friendly, and you can reverse source off these as well. So whatever you think it looks good, like these Hoka shoes or something, you can just click on that Google button and start sourcing that as well. This is actually really close, like $112. Maybe if you can get a coupon, you can make that work somehow. And you can look at the Keepa charts on the side here. So that's the basics of reverse sourcing. In the next thing, we're going to talk about manual sourcing, which is the websites. So now that we know what reverse sourcing is, we're going to go over manual sourcing. I actually prefer manual sourcing just because you're looking at the sale at real time. When you're reverse sourcing, you're looking at product that sellers added maybe 1 to 2 weeks ago. So a lot of times those sales are limited, or that stock is limited, and you won't catch that price in time. But if you're just manual sourcing, then you can see the deals in real time. It's just with storefront stocking, it's easier to see the trends and what brands are good and what colors are good generally. So when you're manual sourcing, you can kind of avoid the colors that aren't good. Like when you're in storefront stocking, most people are just selling black and white and gray. You're not going to see pink and green, random colors very often, and that kind of helps you understand how to manage source more efficiently. All right, we're in the Adidas clearance section, also known as the sales section. We're gonna look for the general colors, like I said, black, white, gray, stuff that we think is gonna sell faster. Stuff that's off color is not gonna move as fast, so don't waste your time with that. Another thing to look out for is stuff that's heavily discounted off retail. So I'm already scrolling, I can see that these U-bound shoes are 65% off retail, so that really catches my eye and interests me. And then the cool thing about SellerAmp is that you can right click and actually search the Amazon listings yourself. This makes it really fast. You don't have to just copy and paste and all that. Okay, so now you can actually use this Amazon button and pull up the page like that. I already have it here. So, and then with the price we got, it was $35. So plug that in. It's actually not quite there in terms of ROI. You want to do like something closer to 30%, but it is close. So maybe if we can get a coupon, the coupon websites I use is Cooper, Honey, Top Cashback. And then for cashback percentage, you shouldn't bake this into your cost, but I use Rev ROI for that to see what the best cashback is. Yeah, so right here, it's Be Frugal is probably the best. Retail Me Not has an asterisk, so maybe read that. But I personally really like Top Cashback and Rakuten. So it's not quite working for this color, but you can actually just go down the variations and maybe see if you can get close. If not, then move on. 30. So it looks like this is 35, 35, 50. So that might be close. But overall, it looks like this chart is actually skyrocketing in sellers. So maybe this wouldn't be the best product and you would have to move on. Okay, so let's see what else we can find on the Adidas.com clearance and sell for a profit. I'm actually liking these cloud foam shoes right here that are 40% off retail. So let's open it up. Oh, the black is $30. So let's just look at that. Use the SellerAmp feature again to open up the Amazon listings. And find it right here. Find the black 6.5. Our price is $30. So let's plug that in. The price right now is actually $58.97. So it actually is profitable right now at 39% ROI, $11 profit. It doesn't have a buy box currently, but it has buy box here and there. It's typically around 55. So Amazon kind of wants you to sell it around 55. So even at 55, it's still pretty profitable. It's a little bit more risky because it is under 20. I mean, it's under 30% ROI. But it's better than if it goes down, then you'll be selling it for a loss. And if you look at the 30-day and 90-day averages, it doesn't go typically below 48 and 50. So let's just put 49 average. Yes, this ROI is low, but that's just on the low end because Amazon here kind of lowers the average. But as you can see, the third-party sellers do have an average around 53. So if you can sell it for the top price here at 58, which it looks like people are selling, it could be profitable, but it is risky because, like I said, if you get closer to the 30-day and 90-day average, then you'd be actually selling for a 22% ROI. So it is a lower ROI, but that makes this product not too risky, because even if the price goes down to the average, then you'll still be making money. Let you understand what product analysis and product sourcing looks like, here are some of the tips that I think you should follow. First, sub 100K BSR, because you want your products to sell fast. The lower, the better, obviously. Minimum 30% ROI. You want a minimum 30% ROI just because when you get returns and all that stuff, you want to actually make money and not lose money. So a standard that you should follow is 30%. The higher, the better. When you're first starting out, you're going to want to do test orders, typically 5 to 10 units. Once you know that those are winners, then you can start going deep. You want to have a wide catalog and then go deep. FBM is really powerful if you want to learn quicker, because you can get the product in hand faster and sell it the same day, rather than FBA where you get the product in hand, then ship it to the Amazon fulfillment center, and that would take an extra 1 to 2 weeks. Do FBM if you want to learn quicker, because you can get the product in hand faster and sell it the same day, rather than sending it to FBA and waiting an extra 1 to 2 weeks for it to sell. This helps give you the confidence and proof of concept a lot faster. I personally did FBM for 6 to 8 months. Find low-key websites and sales. The more eyes on something, the higher chance it has to price tank. Find the best price available. Most of the time, searching on Google is not going to get you the most profitable products. You're going to have to find ways to lower the cost. Limited sales, discounted gift cards, couponing, using rewards are all ways used to lower the cost, and sometimes you're going to have to combine 2 or 3 together to make something profitable. The best sellers are the most creative. Lastly, just be patient. Sourcing takes a lot of time. I have 2 VAs that source for 8 hours a day full time, and they only find 2 to 5 leads a day. So don't be too hard on yourself. It's going to take time, and some days you're just not going to find anything. Now that you found a profitable product and bought it, let's go over what supplies you need for your Amazon business. You're going to need a label printer, because it's just way more efficient than a regular printer. 4x6 labels. These are used for shipping, and they can be found for free on the UPS website. FBM shipping boxes can be found on USPS for free. Polybags can be found on Amazon. I use 10x13 most commonly. FBA boxes used to ship to Amazon fulfillment centers can be found in Walmart. I use 24x16x19 boxes. FNSKU labels. These are the labels you put on your product before it's sent to Amazon fulfillment center, so Amazon knows it's your product. Lastly, you're going to need tape, which can be found basically anywhere. So now that you understand the business more, the beauty of Amazon is that you can start outsourcing parts of the business so you can focus on higher leverage things. The first thing I recommend is utilizing a prep center. Instead of having the product sent to your house and having to do the prep yourself, a third-party company that specializes in prep can do it for you for around $1.50 per unit. This frees up your time to focus on tasks that produce more money. Additionally, these prep centers are in sales tax-free states, so someone like me that lives in an 8% sales tax state, I actually save money by sending it to a prep center, because a lot of the times the sales tax is over $1.50 per unit. The second thing for outsourcing is utilizing a virtual assistant. These assistants are overseas and will help you source product or perform various admin tasks like order tracking, which allows you to free up even more time. A typical VA costs around $3 to $5 an hour. And if you're a beginner, don't worry about outsourcing the business. You need to learn the ins and outs before you can trust someone else to do it for you. Here are some tips to scale your business faster. Your network will be your net worth. A lot of the knowledge and money I gained was not from watching videos, but from interacting with the members of the communities I was in. There are so many benefits with working with people. You learn from their mistakes, you share profitable leads, and honestly, it's just nice to have people to talk about Amazon with. You don't have to be a big 7-figure seller for people to want to work with you. There are tons of people that are in the same position as you, and the only way to find them is by posting about your journey on Instagram or Twitter. I've actually made real friends doing this and have met plenty of Amazon sellers in real life. I also have a free Discord where you can network as well, and it will be linked below. And lastly, just be obsessed. If you constantly think about wanting to win and give it your 100% effort, then you are bound to make some money. But all this knowledge is nothing if you don't take action. Here's what you should do today. Open your seller account. It's going to need to get verified, and this process can take a few days. Get Keepa and SellerAmp for analysis and sourcing. Download the free coupon extensions, so now you can go on some of the websites I showed to start practicing your sourcing. Start your Amazon seller social media accounts today, like on Instagram and Twitter. and join my free Discord. It has over 400 members and it has a checklist you need to help you get your first sale. Thank you for watching this free Amazon online arbitrage course. If you had any other questions, find me on Instagram and Twitter at Wi-Fi Thomas or leave a comment down below. And I really hope to see you guys around.